Climate change is nothing new to us, nor the term climate refugee. Despite of numerous research and academic discussions and conferences those have been taking place, the term climate refugee has not been grounded into the discourse of refugee and migration. The push and pull factors of migration are not connected with this worst form of migration that one can imagine, largely due to climate change. Bangladesh is one of the most disaster-prone countries, continuously faced with. Through this documentary, we will show you how climate refugees are formed, how they live their livelihoods once they are displaced, how they may get used in different causes.
I had lost everything, including my family members, in the storm of 1991. We hope that under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, we will be able to start our lives anew, because she is playing a great role in this regard.
The 40,000 climate refugees of this village, they don't know that they are made to suffer by increasing emission of carbon from the developed countries. These victims look forward to a better life through the bold initiatives of the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at the international level. To mold world opinion in favor of Bangladesh's access to the relevant fund meant for meeting the challenges of climate change, and to welcome the visiting UN Secretary General, a symbolic helipad and a mobile camp of climate refugees have been erected with sand at Shomitipara at Cox's Bazar. Despite being one of the countries with risk due to climate change, Bangladesh is asserting her strong presence in the global forums, with the latest one in Durban in South Africa. The victims inhabiting the global ground zero are waiting for the recognition of the initiatives of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina.
Refugee is a term used to those people or animal who take refuge. It could be bird, it could be human being, it could be some tortoise, turtle, who are migratory. They are also taking the refuge. So they are also refugees. And here the people absolutely came to take refuge, to defend themselves from the harsh reality of the climate change.
শাকসবজি লাগাই হয় না, একটা গাছ ফল গাছ রুই হয় না, এই অবস্থা আছে। এই যে ক্ষতিতেই আপনার সিটারে তো 100 শেষ হয়ে গেছে, তবু পানিটা মিষ্টি হলো অল্পের মধ্যে। আর এই আইলায় তো মানুষজন মারা যায় না, তো এমনি ক্ষতি সবটা, ধান ফসল ইত্যাদি যাই হোক।
কিছু করতে নাই, চলে আসছি, জায়গা জমি সব নদীতে নিয়ে গেছে। পোলাপন নিয়ে থাকতে কষ্ট, কই পড়ার জায়গা জমিন দেয় না, সবই নদীতে ভাঙে নিয়ে যাইতেছে। শ্বশুর বাড়ি বাপের বাড়ি কোনো স্থান নাই ওনার।
এই আন্দোলনে কিছু আইয়ে দেখছি একটা গাছ গুঁড়ো কিছু নাই, খালি লাশ আর লাশ, গরু বাছুর ছাগল লাশ মুড়া, এই সব খালি এই সব দিয়ে ধান তো আমি কবচীদের বন্যার পর হয় না। তারপর ওই জাল নৌকা জোড়াইছে, কত কি এত মাছ কোনো এবছর হয় নাই। মানুষের কতগুলো সব টাউনে উঠে গেছে, আর যেগুলো আবাস জায়গাস্থলে যাইতে পারে না, এগুলো আছে।
নাম মোহাম্মদ শাহ আলম। আমাদের বর্তমান যে আমরা থাকি ওটা তো হইলো ধরে গাইবান্ধার পূর্ব পার্শ্বে চিরাকুটি খাওয়া ধরে ওই জায়গা। তো ওই এলাকা তো মনে করেন আমাদের শ্বশুর এলাকার ওরা তো আগে বিশাল অবস্থাশালী জায়গা জমি ছিল, কিন্তু এখন থাকবার জায়গাটাও নেই, শুধু বেরিবান্ধের মধ্যে আর কি। ফসলাদি তেমন একটা হয় না, আর জায়গায় মনে করেন কার কি কোন জায়গায় এটা কোনো নিশ্চিহ্ন হয়ে আর।
We are here for since last 2.5 months to teach the people how to adapt to the new situation prevailing due to the climate change. And we feel that this is the spot where since last 20 or 30 years before, some climate refugees traveled here and get settled to start their new livelihood that have been devastated in the areas like Kutubdia, Maheshkhali, Sonadia and Chokoria and different some other parts of Bangladesh including Bodishal or Noakhali. Coxbazar is the longest sea beach in the world. There is no doubt about it. But it doesn't mean that it is necessary to create all infrastructure along the 116 kilometer. There should be some space. There should be some resilience to the climate change, which will serve the purpose of true ecotourism.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Then C for cat. Cat মানে বিড়াল। আমরা করব জয়, আমরা করব জয় একদিন।
Sand dune, so that the sand dune get elevated to protect the community from the natural disaster. This is the newly accreted land near to the 0 point of Coxbazar Sea Beach, and here we can see that natural regeneration of the keura tree is seen here, visible here throughout the terrain, throughout the land, new land. You know that the other side of this land there is also thousands of mangrove species have been regenerated and raising. It is stabilizing the land actually. The new land stabilization. This is the part of new land stabilization, and this is the characteristics of the mangrove area or newly accreted area near the seashore. And what we are doing here, we grouped with the climate refugees who are inhabiting in this area and awareing them to not to destroy this newly rising plantation. What the consequence will be if there is no mangrove forest that is existing now. So what is the necessity and importance of saving this forest? We are trying to push that knowledge among the climate refugees. That United Nations should come to this place and they should write down the note, they should create the adaptation manual, seeing the adaptation struggle of these people, and they should disseminate this manual throughout the world. Is just creating more sufferings for them. So why we are not taking the straightforward path? The climate change created or forced them to take refuge into another place. So their climate refuge is very simple. If we can define it in this very simple way, I think the solution is not far away.